The last time we saw the Abomination, he was going toe-to-toe with the Incredible Hulk in The Incredible Hulk. They of course had a giant brawl that took place in the middle of New York. Now he's been redesigned and makes a quick cameo in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings before his big return in She-Hulk. So let's talk about why exactly they decided to change up the design, because this time they just outright confirm it, and it's nothing really big, like at all, until you read between the lines and look at the history, and then you know why, and it's a little bit more interesting, which we'll go over that here. So if you've gone out and watched Shang-Chi, which I really hope you have, and before people tell me in the comments it's not available in your country, I'm sorry. It's unfortunate, but hey, hopefully you'll see it soon, right? But yes, in that film, you see Abomination, you see Emil, he's back, and you get a little bit more than in the trailer, but that's really it. And we see that, yeah, he's very much more comic faithful, if you will, and that's kind of it, right? It's like, oh, he's been redesigned. He looks a lot more like the comics. Okay, well, why? Well, the producer Jonathan Schwartz revealed to multiple outlets on why exactly this was made. And he said that it felt like it was just time to refresh him. It was time to give him a better design and a new design that's more fitting for the character. So of course that's the simple explanation, but you guys know that it's a little bit more complex, and I think most of you might know that's a little bit more complex, but there's some that don't. So of course it all goes back to The Incredible Hulk being a film, where that film in its development was literally going side by side with Iron Man. Iron Man was always tracking further ahead, and The Incredible Hulk had a problem where it was a co-financed Universal thing to hang on to the distribution rights. Marvel Studios didn't originally have the money to make that film, but they decided to let Universal make it, but then Marvel would retain the character, and they would share distribution and some of the profits. It's all been covered. Look, it's complex, it's stupid, it doesn't matter anymore. What's important is that during that time, Marvel Studios did not have as much say over what happens in the film, the designs, the looks, the choices, the actor even. They always wanted Mark Ruffalo, but Universal opted to go with Edward Norton. And this is just one of the many things that got in the way. Marvel Studios didn't want that Hulk design to look like that, but Universal and Louis Leterrier were like, well, we want him to look like this. So that's why you got the Hulk that we got in The Incredible Hulk, which honestly is still my favorite design of the Hulk in the MCU. So it's one of those things where Abomination falls into the same type of mindset. Universal didn't believe that the scaly dragon head looking thing would be acceptable, and from their perspective, you understand, because everything had to be real, quote unquote, to sell it to the audience. So they gave him a just meh design. But now he's got to change because Marvel Studios has their hands on him.